History is made in McKenzie Arena, where the Mocs basketball teams are led by head coaches Katie Burrows and Lamont Paris.
Ryan, open, got it, inside, Burks, Chattanooga lead, in control, Vila, that time he'll get it, on the game here and taking the shot and making it!
You're watching Inside Chattanooga Basketball, hosted by the voice of the Mocs, Jim Reynolds. Inside Chattanooga Basketball has been brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies. Coca-Cola, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's first Coca-Cola bottler.
To be prepared to take advantage of it.
Commander, dial again from the corner. The buzzer and the win.
Welcome to this edition of Inside Chattanooga Basketball. I'm Jim Reynolds. Hard to believe that the regular season is winding down in basketball. For the UTC women's team, they have just 3 games remaining, all at home. The men's team with 4 games left, 2 at home, 2 on the road. On today's program, we'll have a look at UTC's home court victory over VMI in a Southern Conference matchup. And for the women, how about a buzzer-beating win on the road against Wofford? Highlights coming up in just a moment on Inside Chattanooga Basketball.
Going to be some technical foul shots administered. He can really shoot the basketball. We know how Davidson can get hot from the perimeter.
Down low, lay it off the glass and in by Cornelius, the 6'2 sophomore. Next whistle will take us immediate timeout. Right side Furman. Pinch and banked off the glass, away off the mark with it was Dial. Mocs able to beat the pressure quickly in the front court. Can wait for the last shot, but Bolden wants to fire high. Archie three-pointer and knocks it down. Sent far side, now three-pointer in the corner on the way, in and out and back in again. The Mocs have now knocked down 6 of 10. Furman a perfect 10 of 10 from the line and a three-point play opportunity. Underneath the cutter layup up and in. Burks gives the Mocs their largest lead. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Three-pointer on the way, big shot, another one. Gerald's knocks it down from long range.
Maybe start to get a little bit interesting.
Off the glass and a big-time response. 7 remaining. Down, and the Mocs improved to 7-17 overall, 6-4 in the Southern Conference.
Win over Furman on Thursday night as Bolden launches a 3 and puts it in to support the Terriers today. And there's a loose ball picked up by Cornelius and lays it in. Terriers on the board. 2.5 minutes into the game. Shot for 3 goes in by Dina Gerald. Chattanooga trying to respond. Burks at the foul line. Got it. Dial step back from the men's three-point line and puts it in.
I was getting hit by some of the missiles that were fired.
Williams inside, beats the shot clock buzzer and banks it in.
Good offense by Wofford, just couldn't convert.
Bolden, quick shot for 3, makes the basket and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for a 4-point opportunity against Harris with 3 to shoot. Banks it in, oh, tough shot. Dial drives baseline, banks it in again. Oh, they play on into Cornelius's hands, left hand scores. Williams inside Burks, mismatch inside on Booker, count the basket and 1. Bolden now to inbound, finds Cornelius with 4. Cornelius driving in the corner, Dial 3 for the win, got it! And Bria Dial and the Mocs of Chattanooga win the game, 51-49 the final.
This segment of Inside Chattanooga Basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's first Coca-Cola bottler.
Welcome back to Inside Chattanooga Basketball. I'm Jim Reynolds, joined by the head coach of the women's basketball team, Katie Burrows. And Katie, last week we talked about the perfect scenario would be go on the road, win 2 games, and then come home for 3 and get a little momentum going into the tournament. I would say so far so good.
So far so good, yes. And we were ready to go for this week. Got, like you said, 3 more home games, and glad that worked out last week where we could come home with 2 wins.
As we said, a momentum builder with 2 tough games, beating Furman. Let's start with the Furman game, a tough win that you guys were able to pull out.
Yeah, absolutely. Started off well and finished, okay. I'd say we had a little bit of a lull, but from start to finish we were ahead, never lost the lead, so I was proud of that. And then, able to take that momentum into Wofford. And even with a little bit of foul trouble at Wofford, we were still able to hang on and pull it out.
Pull it out is probably an understatement on your part, a buzzer beater, which was nice to see. Tell me about the final possession, and your folks handled it well, which is good to see, because you get in that pressure situation. I have a hunch in the next 4 or 5 games you might be in another pressure situation, right?
The way things have been going for us, yes, lots of pressure situations. And so I would say, I would just say this. A lot of people were like, great play call. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I put them in position, but they have to make the reads. So our girls just really did a good job of taking what they were, so the defense took something away, and we took advantage of that. And so we countered exactly what they needed to do and gave Bria an open look in the corner, and thankfully she knocked it down.
First of all, they're all great play calls, as you've told me many times. But, I mean, your players have to execute, is what you're saying, and they had to react and they had to read. That happens in practice,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. And so just like you say, we do set these scenarios up and we do work on them. And so when we get in a game situation, they know what to do. Doesn't always mean that the right person is in position. So we have to really make sure we put them in proper position so that we've got the right people making those decisions based on what we've seen in the game, who's been doing well, who's been sharing the ball well, and it turned out well for us at that particular moment.
What a momentum builder.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We talk about the triple overtime game and now this and to come home for 3, but we can't let up. We've got to be ready to go because all 3 of these teams are going to be ready to come in here and try to whip us, so we're going to have to be on our game.
The first game Thursday night is a cancer awareness night. Talk about that for just a moment, and that means something to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like everybody's been touched by this nasty disease in some way, shape, or form, whether you're battling it currently, you've lost somebody to it, or you're a survivor of it. And so we just wanted to do a night where we recognize all people who have dealt with any type of cancer. It doesn't necessarily have to be specific to breast cancer or just cancers that are specific to women. But yeah, we just wanted to do an opportunity for everyone in our community to be recognized who has had to deal with this nasty illness. And so we're just thankful for the opportunity to do that.
If we went back maybe 6 weeks ago or months ago, I'm not sure we'd be saying, now you might have, I'm not sure we'd be saying, hey, you're fighting for a #1 seed in the upcoming tournament. So things did turn around a little bit, or maybe you just grinded it out and stayed the course pretty well.
Yeah, you just got to trust the process. And so, when we had several people either graduate or transfer, things like that happen. And so now people have to find their new identity. And so once you find your identity individually, now we have to find it collectively. And it just took us a little longer than we would have liked. But I'm thankful that we're in the situation that we're in now.
Are you a believer in what doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've used the word resilience many times with our girls, and I think that they're fighters, and they're going to keep fighting to the very last horn.
3 home games remaining before Southern Conference tournament play. Back with more Inside Chattanooga Basketball in just a moment.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
All 22 points in the second half. And it's Rod Johnson that gets the scoring started for Chattanooga. Vila, baseline. Nice reverse layup by Ramon Vila. Baptiste in the middle. And Chattanooga continues to have success in the paint. Vila. Ramon Vila has been unstoppable inside tonight. Commander.
Well, wanted a little answer, and there it was.
ball was left on the floor. There's Vila to Ryan. This time, Scott with a hand in his face. Jonathan Scott buries the three. Baptiste all alone.
If you're the Mocs, to gain some ground in those standings.
Matt Ryan gets the basket and the foul.
He's happy about that, isn't he?
Dooms with a rebound, and that will do it. Chattanooga picks up the 86-67 win. Mocs improved to 16-10 overall. They are now 7-6 in Southern Conference play.
Hedge comes, 3 on the shot clock, sitting near side. Jean-Baptiste, contested three-pointer, knocked down with a hand in his face. Comes in averaging over 72 points a game, and now another three-pointer knocked down by Ryan. A quick timeout taken. Far side Ryan, entry pass, double team, battle down low, counted in a foul, and the Mocs will go to a line, a chance to complete the three-point play.
Offensively and for Chattanooga, they just need to hit some shots.
Yeah, look at that start to the second half. Matt Ryan, heavy ball pressure. Jean-Baptiste tries to get all the way, lays it off the glass and in. Jean-Baptiste now with 5. Nice behind, slams it home. Ramon Vila, the help came, and the Mocs were able to control, had it poked and stolen away. Caldwell up, his reverse layups in, 41-33. Jean-Baptiste comes quickly the other way. Over to the corner, Caldwell for 3, yes, big shot by the Mocs, and it's a 4-point game, 44-40. Furman got to be careful now to foul, look to lob it down low, able to stay with it, still underneath Hunter there, and has to just let him lay it up and in, and it's a 5-point game, 50-45, 2:10 to go. 15.7, Commander quickly up, Matt Ryan goes all the way down, lays it in with 9.9, and a timeout taken by the Mocs.
They made it interesting down the stretch.
Jean-Baptiste off the top, and the Paladins run it 58-53.
This segment of Inside Chattanooga Basketball is brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies.
Welcome back to Inside Chattanooga Basketball, joined by the head coach of the Mocs, Lamont Paris. Hard to believe 4 games remaining, 2 at home, 2 long road trips, but we're kind of seeing the end of the line a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing how quickly the season's gone by, or it seems to have gone by this year. But it's been fun. It's been a fun ride. I just talked to the guys just minutes ago as we finished practice about what we still have to play for, and it's a lot. And so while there aren't as many games left in the season, there's a lot going on between now and the time these 4 games will finish.
Beat VMI at home on a Wednesday, scored a lot of points, and should have saved some of those points for the Saturday road trip to Furman, right?
Yeah, we should have did a little carryover action there. But, yeah, Furman's a good defensive team, and they played well against us defensively. But as I looked at it again, and I had a sense of this during the game even, and, it's easy just to say you have to play well to win. But I thought in particular in that game there were some really good opportunities that we had that we didn't capitalize on. And as I watched, it was even more than what I thought. So, we didn't play great from an offensive standpoint in that game, and that's why it ended up how it did. But we did some things defensively against a good team that's in first place and playing for a lot. And so there were some good things to take away from that. But yeah, VMI we had it rolling offensively in the VMI game, and actually I think we had a couple games back to back where we scored in the 80s. So trying to find that consistent output on either end of the floor is always the challenge in any team, with any team, and so we're still looking to do that as we wind the season down.
Take a look at the Furman game. Furman's the #1 scoring team in the league. I think they've only lost 1 game at home this year, and as you mentioned, tied for first place. So to hold them to that number, defense travels, right? If you play good defense, you're going to be in almost every game.
Yeah, I mean, your offense would have to be so abysmal to play that kind of defense and hold a team in the 50s and then just not have a chance. just because with the shot clock being where it is and 20 seconds on the reset, there are going to be enough possessions that you can't, games aren't going to be 52-50 just because a team's holding the ball for a minute on the offensive end. I mean, there's enough turnover that if you have any sort of output on the offensive end at all, you're gonna be in the 60s, and if you can hold a team down, then that oftentimes is enough to put you in the mix. But that goes, you have to play some good defense in order to have that happen.
On the road at Citadel, back at home Saturday to take on Mercer, and Mercer is a very different team, I think, now than the first time you saw them. They're playing pretty good basketball.
Yeah, I think Mercer personally has improved as much or more than anyone in our conference from during that same amount of time, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're defending well. They have a good idea of how they win and what they've done to win games, and they're trying to reproduce that on an everyday basis. And so they're playing really well. So they'll come in here and we're currently tied with them in the standings, and so depending on what happens on both of our Saturday games, they're going to come in here and either way they're going to attack and be aggressive, and we'll have a fight on our hands for sure.
And a final comment: it wouldn't be bad to get a little momentum going into the tournament, would it?
No, I always talk about that and how the tournament's my favorite part of the entire season, but to do well and perform well in the tournament, in my experiences, teams that I've coached that did always had some stuff going in. I think if you limp into the conference tournament, you have to be a special group in order to get it flipped quickly and be able to push a button to start playing your best basketball. So you want to have, in your short-term memory, in the rearview mirror, you want to have some good performances as you go into the tournament.
Mocs on the road at the Citadel, at home Saturday to host Mercer. We'll have highlights next time on Inside Chattanooga Basketball.
Inside Chattanooga Basketball has been brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies. Coca-Cola, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's first Coca-Cola bottler.